Not yet. We're about you know what? Let's just start recording now.
Okay, cool.
This is not our intro. Dang, where is it?
I need to hear the sick intro song.
Oh man, what's the name of it? I forgot the name of it. It might be this one. For the future, it's sci-fi.
Okay.
And that's the intro.
It was like some like
that. Just gotta
like
go.
is that replacing lo-fi chill beats or whatever, or is that lo-fi chill beats?
No, it's lo-fi Korean drama hip hop.
What was the drama?
Where it goes whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
okay. I interpreted that as the hip hop. My bad.
No, that's the hop.
That's the hop.
The hip. Welcome to Road to E3 2023, the number one gaming podcast about E3 2023.
We're the first ones.
We
did the research. I mean, I hope you did the research.
I didn't do the research.
You didn't do the research?
There's probably going to be
There's
5 shows about this.
Yeah, about E3 20.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah. It won't be as good as ours.
No.
Yeah.
We're predicting our show is going to be better.
By 2023. 2023. Yeah.
It'll be the number one E3 show about 2023.
It'll be great. I mean, it's what, 6 years till 2023? 7 years?
What is it? 18? Let's see. Let's count
it's
together.
It's 5.
19, 20, 24. I can't do math.
No, it's 5. So within 5 years' time, when I'm 28 years old, I'll be.
We're old when we're all old.
Yeah.
Was it 5? Yeah. Yeah,
late
that
20.
age.
Yeah, late
that
20.
age thing comes at you fast. But yeah,
it'll be E3 2023, and that's all that matters.
So it is currently May of 2018. I would tell you a day, but I don't know what time I'm going to get done editing this. We'll just say sometime in May.
Now you have to the end of May to get this done.
Yeah, dang. It's we are going to be doing a bi-weekly or like every other week podcast. I don't know how do you say that correctly?
I say bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Cool. Yeah. That we'll go with that. So every other week we'll be checking in on our E3 2023 predictions based on, just how the industry's going in general. How have there been any changes to our trajectory? Predicting the future takes a lot of variables. So
we're gonna do this for like 3 weeks and then stop. Let's be honest.
I'm banking on a lot of variables here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to rewrite a lot of my stuff if certain things don't happen within a year.
I mean, E3 2018 is around the corner. It's in like a month, right?
Yeah, it's pretty soon.
What if they announce all of the stuff we predict for E3 20?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
We would have to redo it, right?
Yeah.
Delete it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, re-release it. Just re-release it. You found the theme for my list already. I don't know. Okay, so we can just jump right into this.
Okay.
We both got our docs open.
Yeah. I got a notes folder
to a pretty wild list. But we basically categorized it as the big 3. So we got Microsoft, we have Sony, and we have Nintendo, and then we also added some publishers. We're going to talk about. So we got the I put down the usual EA,
yep.
Bethesda, Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm. Did the same.
And then there is the new players category. Or are they studios? Are they publishers?
Yeah.
Are they new companies in general? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might see some old faces, but we'll find out. But yeah, so okay, so I guess I'll go first. We'll start with the big 3. Okay. I'll just give off my Microsoft, and then we'll compare our different Microsofts that we see in the future.
I can get behind that.
So for what I got, of course, Microsoft E3 2023.
5 years.
Starts right now. It's just the countdown is going like, please take your seat.
They're playing like some NGMT song like we normally do. Everyone's just like looking at their watches like, why the fuck are we here this early?
Yeah, we just there's a bunch of people looking to their left and right. Is it okay to play Power again? What's the statute of limitations on racism?
Do we have to like renew the license if like the license runs out in the 5 years that it takes?
Yeah, that might have to happen. But
what is your first prediction, Rudy, for Microsoft?
So of course, 5 years means it's been 10 years since for the life cycle of the Xbox One, which means every 10 years is a new console. So of course, we got a new console, but not just any console. We have the Xbox New. I spelled new Neux.
Is that like the actual spelling that's going to be on the box?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
100%.
wanted to make.
It's a. I wrote some information just so I wouldn't forget what it's about. But it's a console with HoloLens adaptability.
Okay.
So you might be able to strap this console to your face. I haven't figured that out
like
yet.
The whole console?
Maybe might be a Switch thing.
Could it be like the Labo where you have the thing on your
Yeah,
back?
that's that might be
and
better.
You have like the glasses. Well,
Yeah.
does HoloLens compact in with the Xbox One?
You know what? It might have like a detached. You know how like the Falcon from Marvel has his drones that shoot out of his backpack. Well, the HoloLens is gonna shoot out your backpack and like fly into your face.
Is it like voice activated? Are they gonna bring back the Kinect? And you
100%.
And you gotta be HoloLens activate.
So this was set to highlight a Universal Games avatar. So every video game on the new is gonna have the same avatar.
Okay.
We're getting into some gamer territory.
Wait,
right?
so is it like the Xbox 360 avatars? Like they're bringing those back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know how in Kinect Adventures you had your avatar? You know how in Doritos, in the Doritos speedrun game, you have your avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be that.
So it's like the same avatar for each game, or each game has a different avatar?
Each game has the same avatar.
Okay.
It's universal.
And all games are required to have avatar
To
compatibility.
have your social, to have your face recognition.
Okay.
So that's why the Kinect will scan. Also, this has a Kinect on it.
Okay, this has
built.
Kinect.
It's Kinect technology built into the HoloLens.
Into the HoloLens.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there like there's like a voice activate or a voice thing,
Yeah,
like a mic
100%.
essentially?
You can definitely go. Miranda, use your bio bomb or whatever. It's been a long time since I played Mass Effect with Kinect. I don't really remember the commands.
I don't know if anyone played Mass Effect 3 with the Kinect.
Just me. It was just me.
Just you shouting Liara.
This console was, of course, created by the reincarnated body of Steve Ballmer with a quarter soul of Peter Molyneux. Just a quarter soul.
Okay.
They couldn't catch his entire soul.
Yeah, that's all they were willing to give.
Yeah. So, but they caught that much. So, shout out to Steve Ballmer. Something happened between now and then that you died, but
like what happens then?
He came.
Like
back.
they got to get whatever part of Steve Ballmer they need now.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
To prepare.
It's they need to do some necromancy, just in case.
I like to imagine like Phil Spencer and like the entire
that's what
Xbox
they're
team.
doing.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
That's what E3 2018 is going to be.
Yeah.
It's that whatever the fuck they're going to do.
Just a summons with all the X's for the different generations. The redesigned logos.
They got a Duke, a 360 controller, and an Elite controller, like in a pentagram kind of shape.
Is the Duke satanic, or is it just super Catholic?
I don't know. I haven't got one of the re-release ones yet, so I'll get back to you on that one.
I also have a bunch of exclusive titles for this console.
Perfect.
First one being Re-Fez.
Re-Fez.
Yeah.
Is this like Phil Fish's
This
Fez?
is the sequel to Fez.
Okay.
It's taken Phil Fish 5 years to make it.
I thought he canceled it.
He brought it back.
He brought it back. Microsoft gave him enough money to bring it back.
Yeah, you could be indie all you want, but like you get slapped in the face with a couple mil.
Yeah, totally.
You do whatever they want you to.
So like, is
Microsoft.
Fez 2 reminiscent of the original Fez?
That's a good question. I'd have to have played the original Fez to answer that.
Okay.
As will many Americans.
Fair For only Americans.
Only Americans.
Yeah, only Americans.
As well,
are allowed to play
many
PES.
many global citizens.
Right. Of these, I was about to say these United States.
Of these United Earths.
Yeah, there you go.
The United Earth government.
Because by 2023, we'll
100%.
make contact with extraterrestrial life forms,
Yeah.
and they like video games too,
Yeah,
like Fez.
maybe. I also have Jack Reacher, the exclusive video game based on the hit Tom Clancy series.
So, is this a Microsoft Studios game or a Ubisoft game?
Oh, it's a Microsoft. It's a new Xbox New exclusive.
Okay.
Brought to you by Ubisoft.
So is
by
it
the remnants of Ubisoft?
is it based off the books or the movie? The Jack Reacher books or the movie?
What books?
Okay.
You asked me the Mummy. I only know one Mummy.
I love Brendan Fraser.
But I also have next up Interactables.
Interactables.
Interactimals.
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 Is that a Kinect game
It's,
or a Hollow?
It's,
Whatever.
it's a future HoloLens game.
Future HoloLens game.
You get your animals, and
Okay.
they're interactable.
Is that it?
That's it. That's it. That's all it is.
That's all. Okay.
Yeah. And then next, we're returning to form with, of course, a Halo exclusive. It's
Okay.
coming back.
It's coming back.
It's called Halo RESPECT.
A sequel to ODST.
Yeah, a sequel to ODST. You play as the AI this time.
Like
and,
Guilty Spark?
No, as the city AI, and it's a city management game. So you're actually controlling New Mombasa about 2 decades before the war.
Are there any tie-in to the Master Chief?
There might be like 1 or 2 audio logs that tie into the Master Chief.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's.
Are
yeah.
you? Never mind.
There's not a lot to say.
You can't go Halo fucking city building game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's all you need. I mean, they made Halo Wars, didn't they?
True. Literally no one saw that coming.
Yeah, no.
Not even Phil. He was like,
Not even developers. They made a freaking.
They made Sega.
Yeah.
Made a fucking Halo Wars 2.
But Sega made it.
Yeah, Sega made it. It was a Crystal Assembly.
Sega consumed Ensemble. Does Sega have that clout now?
I mean,
That
I
they can
guess.
eat people. Listen, the 90s were a dark time. The early 2000s were a dark time.
I mean, the early 2000s were basically just the 90s, just extended. Like nothing really changed till about like
there's a lot
2009.
more plastic.
In what way?
The clothing,
Okay.
hard plastic.
Hard plastic?
Yeah,
Huh.
nylon.
I'm going to read my list now, unless you have more.
I have about a dozen more. I don't know if you see this list.
Jesus, Rudy, that's...
I also next up we have Medal of Honor, Peaceful Suppression. I just have in quotes, shutting down protests with guns. That's.
I have a feeling
I wrote this a week ago.
I have a feeling this game's not... That one's going to get canned. I'm just going to go out on a limb here.
Artists get to say what they want to say. Video games are art.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah.
Listen, we did the Call of Duty. We did the World War II. We did the World War II.
Wait, so is that the
We did the Modern
wait,
Warfare.
so
We did
between
the
now,
Future Warfare.
Wait, so between now and then, are there no other Medal of Honor games? Like that's like the first one.
No,
in,
that's
like,
the first one to come back in 5 years.
Okay.
In about what, 8 years now?
what was the last Medal of Honor?
Al Qaeda. That's how that game goes, right?
yeah. Okay.
Those cowards changed it from Al Qaeda to Op 4.
Let's just go to the next game.
Let's go to the next game. Let's leave the political
Medal of
games out
Honor,
of this.
Al Qaeda.
The next game, don't be nervous talking to girls too. Thick girls.
I mean, this is made by Silver Dollar, right?
Yeah, 100%. They're a double A studio now.
They're
Or excuse me, a triple I studio.
Triple I Studio. Where are the 3 eyes?
Itty bitty indies. I don't know.
Okay.
And it was such a good year for them. They put out 2 games.
Oh shit! Really? Fuck yeah.
But that's actually down on productivity for the amount of games that Silver Dollar puts out over the year.
Yeah. Right.
But they also have don't be nervous talking to minorities. So
okay.
it's just breaking down the division between individuals having an issue.
So there's some
talking to
social
each other.
commentary in this one.
Yeah, Silver Dollar doesn't get to have a lot of social commentary in a lot of their games.
Because they take $1 to make.
Yeah, so this is a chance for them to be like, hey, you know what, Phil? I think you're pretty cool. You want to invite me to your next barbecue? Yo. And it's not awkward, unlike
And Phil Spencer,
right now.
and Phil Spencer's like, get out of my house.
100%. 120%. We also have Raving Rabbids versus Minions Olympic Games.
And this is an Xbox new exclusive.
This is an Xbox new exclusive.
Okay. I guess you got to get the family.
Yeah, they got
like
the
appeal.
Olympic license for this.
Oh, so this is like a Mario and Sonic
Yeah, it's
Olympic.
a clash.
Oh shit.
Because in the future, the Minions, their success now is crazy.
Yeah.
Their success in the future. I can't speak. Can you speak?
Yeah.
Oh dang! I'll be back. Give me 5 minutes.
So is it basically just
Okay,
a
we're back.
So is that basically a mini game collection like
Yes.
this? Okay. I'm all right.
It's a mini game collection of rabbit games, but we just reskinned all the rabbits.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Rudy. I'm not sold on the Xbox. New.
Oh dang! You'll be sold on this next one.
Okay.
It's called Rare Connect. Rare. It's a rare collection. It's just called the Rare Collection.
Okay. What's the difference between that and Rare Replay?
It has the word collection after it.
So is it all the same games from Rare Replay?
It's all the games that Rare has ever made.
All of them, even
That's-
like the Nintendo ones.
That's were made before 2002.
So it's like all the Spectre stuff and like the.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna buy the Rare collect. How many? That's like 4 games.
They're hoping on the nostalgia of the 2-year-olds that were around when the collection was out.
Okay.
It's I only predict the future. I don't make it.
That's a fair point. I can't criticize you for that, I guess.
Next up, we have Banjo-Kazooie Gruntilda's Gondola.
Is this a return to form for the Banjo? And
This is
Kazooie franchise?
100% a return to form
Okay.
for Cooking Mama. It's a Cooking Mama, but under the license of Banjo-Kazooie.
So
You play as Gruntilda making potions.
so Banjo Kazooie are not in the game?
They're in the game.
Okay.
You get to cook them dinners. It's nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
In the future, I predict a trend of a lot of cooking games.
So could this be like, since the Xbox New has like the HoloLens and stuff and the Kinect thing, could it be a thing where like with on the Wii when they had those Cooking Mama games, they just gave you a fucking fake baby and you put the Wiimote in the baby and you like
100%, yeah.
awesome. So it's like they gave you like I guess a Gruntilda or something to cook
Yeah,
with.
but you got to make the voice because it has a mic on it, and if you don't make the
okay.
voice while you're doing it, then it doesn't work.
And like you fail the game.
Yeah.
So do you have to do that like that rare gibberish that they do, like that?
Yeah, you gotta. You gotta go. Wow.
I don't think a lot of people are gonna get past the first
Yeah,
level.
it's gonna be hard. It's definitely not accessible friendly, and that's just their fault for being poor developers. But that's okay.
They are British.
They're learning. Next up, we have Red Cross presents Cabela's Ghost in the Buckshot.
Does this come out the same day as a Halo game? Like
All these games are released the same day.
Oh shit! Okay, awesome.
Listen, there's no more. Brick and Mortar died in 2021. There's no more Brick and Mortar.
I wasn't aware
It's
of that
all
one.
day one downloads.
Okay. No disc in
Yeah,
2023.
everyone inside of the walls has network connection, so
Okay.
they're good.
Right on.
And that's Microsoft's main base is everyone inside of the walls.
There's something very political about Microsoft's stances. A lot's happened between 2018 and 2023.
It's been a tense time. Next up we have Battle Royale,
Just battle
the game.
The game.
Yeah,
Who are the characters?
Battle and Rattle and Royal.
Is it 1 versus 100? Or
Yes.
Is it just 1-on-1?
It's 1 versus 100, hosted by Howie Mandel's son.
Awesome.
Yep.
Wait, Howie Mandel hosted 101?
He didn't make it after 2018.
Oh shit.
Oh dang, that's a really close prediction
Yeah,
I made. I probably shouldn't have made that prediction.
Well, now it's recorded.
Now it's gonna happen.
Don't open Twitter for the next.
I don't
couple
make
days.
it. I just predict it.
You have the power.
We also have Call of Duty Zombies, Just zombies.
Just zombies.
Yeah.
Like it's a standalone thing now?
It took them 5 years from now
Okay.
to realize that they
Okay.
should probably do
Well,
that.
I mean, they realized it. That's all that matters.
That's true. They realized it. As did SingStar with this next title. Selena presents SingStar, Llama la Policía, mija.
So Microsoft's coming for that Just Dance money.
Yeah, 100%.
Who saw that one coming?
Dude, this is a surprise about
Yeah.
2023. There's so many hidden gems in the announcement that it's unreal.
Gems is a strong word.
Listen, Como la Flor is one of the greatest songs of all time.
Is it only Spanish songs?
Only what? Yes, 100%.
Okay, so
You can only play them if you're within 100 meters of Corpus Christi.
this is a weird business practice.
Listen, there's a lot of experimental development happening in the future, so we'll just see how it plays out. But
I guess, yeah.
yeah. Next up, we have Def Jam Battle for ATL. Battle for the ATL.
Okay.
You know,
I never played a
shout out to all my guys in Atlanta.
I never played a Def Jam game, so I guess in 2023 I'll get to play my first Def Jam game.
Yeah. Battle for New York was a great game.
Okay.
It was great. Played Joe Budden was my main.
All right.
But going on with the weird business practices, we have a collection of games known as the Indie Disney Minis,
Okay.
which are indie developers making Disney titles.
And Disney's okay with
And
this?
Disney's okay with it. They're licensing them out to indie developers. To see how
I'm
it
surprised
goes.
that you assume that Disney is still going to be making video games by 2023.
Oh, 100%. These are all mobile, I should say. But because the HoloLens is mobile now, so makes sense.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah. First one, we have Lando's Last Loss. There's no information on the title yet. We're still waiting for E3 2023 to happen.
Okay.
To get more word on that.
You just know that there's going to be a Lando.
Yeah, that's all I
mobile
know. All for the Disney stuff, all I know is the name. I don't really know much about it.
game. Right.
Next up, we have Hercules Falls. I don't know the context of the game,
What is he falling from?
but
Like Grace?
maybe
Okay.
there was a doping scandal. I don't know.
This is a
dude.
Disney property, Rudy.
You're right. They did. Infinity War happened though. You never know what's gonna.
But they
happen.
didn't have people doping, as far as I know.
Yeah, but they capped people.
Sure.
Yeah. Who knows? We also have Who Watches the Watcher. Ooh,
Okay.
this is a HoloLens ready game.
What does HoloLens ready mean? Like it's HoloLens like exclusive?
You know how HoloLens is portable? The HoloLens ready is like ready before the player is.
That's scary.
Yeah, this is some new tech where it tries to make notifications to the person outside of the HoloLens that their game is ready and waiting for them to be played. This is a new like cutting edge tech that is terrifying.
You know you can do that with the PlayStation, right?
Yeah, but you know what? It forces notifications.
It forces the notifications. Huh.
Yeah.
I feel like that's some data privacy issues. Or
Well, I mean, under the 2021 Privacy Acts, things kind of change with the registry.
Yeah, I did not. You only told me that this was 2023. You did not tell me I need to worry about 2021.
Listen, a lot of stuff happened in 5 years. That's the motto for this podcast. A lot of stuff has happened in 5 years. And lastly, we have, like I said, we have a lot of cooking games, and that's going to be the trend of E3 2023, from what I can tell so far.
Okay.
And on the last of that list is for Microsoft. Is Cooking Sarge Johnson's Jamboree.
So this is a Halo crossover.
This is the last Halo crossover.
Wait, ever?
For Johnson.
Oh, for John. Wait,
for
what?
Sergeant Johnson.
Oh, so it's got to be a prequel to Halo 3, right?
I don't know.
He dies in Halo 3.
You can't confirm that.
There's literally a cutscene where he dies.
Can't confirm that.
He's literally shot.
He's just sleeping. I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
All right. So
Santa promised me he wasn't going to come back until 2023.
What's the next game?
That's the last I have for Microsoft.
Oh, that's the last. Okay.
But as you can tell, it's going to be a stellar year for games.
I am not sold on the Xbox.
There's
New.
never been a better time for games.
I'm not sold on the Xbox New.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be some fun. And, just as we continue going along our timeline, I'm very excited to see how things will unfold for this new Xbox Nuevo, how it's pronounced in Brazil. That's just an Xbox One, but they're still developing them there, even in 2023.
They're still making Madden games
Yeah,
for the
100%.
Xbox One in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, let's hear your predictions. I don't think we ever introduced ourselves. Dang, this is awkward.
Fuck.
Oh, dang.
Show's getting shut down. I'm Jesse.
Hi, I'm Rudy. This is Jesse.
Okay, so my predictions are not as like.
This is the E3 2023 podcast.
Should we roll from the top? Should you go back to Microsoft?
No, we're good. What are you saying?
My predictions are not as like elaborate as yours, I should say. Mine are a lot shorter.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
I predict the world building stuff. You predict the actual content.
Okay,
That's the difference between designer and journalist.
I have 5 bullet points.
Oh, nice.
First one, Phil Spencer walks out on stage wearing a jacket with a blinks the Time Cat graphic tee underneath. It's number 1.
Like the Time Cat?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the what am I thinking of? The vacuum.
That's Luigi's Mansion.
No. The other vacuum. Are there multiple
I think there's 2 Blinks games.
does he ever use a vacuum?
I know in the second one he hangs out with a pig.
Is it Time Splitters? I don't know what I'm thinking of.
There's only one video game with a vacuum, and it's Luigi's Mansion.
Listen, I saw a GameStop ad magazine from 2004 that had Blinks the cat in it, and he had a vacuum.
I think that's when the sequel came out.
I think he had a vacuum in there.
Okay. I mean,
will this come with a vacuum accessory for the Xbox?
Well, he's only wearing the graphic tee. He's not officially announced if there's going to be a new Blinks
Gotcha.
game.
Okay, so I'll wait as he continues to talk.
It's been a year since the launch of their new console, the Xbox 362. That's all I had for that one.
362.
Yeah.
Because we'll go around the world twice for you. Shout out to Parks and Rec.
Well, I mean, the Xbox One didn't work out, so they're like, hey, let's try that whole 360 thing. That seemed to work out pretty okay.
720, nah, just Xbox 362.
Yeah, totally.
So, like Revengeance.
There's like a comma between the 360 and 2, so not to confuse them.
Yeah.
Like this is the sequel to the Xbox.
The Xbox colon 360 comma 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, perfect. That's on the on the fucking box that it comes in. I put Forza Motorsport 9 is announced, but no one is surprised because we all know that every year they got to make those people that are into car porn happy.
That is true. 100% true.
You didn't announce a Forza in yours.
Listen.
Like did the studio get shut down? Who makes Forza?
It was Forza's off year, okay? Can they get a break?
They make a Forza every year.
Exactly.
So 2023 is the off year.
You'll find out when we get to Sony what's going on.
Whoa.
Spoilers.
I'm excited. Okay. Okay, so I just put down the screen goes black, the VO that goes world premiere comes up, and then it just.
You think that guy's still alive in 2023?
I'm pretty sure they recorded all of his audio like the first time they used him, and he died, and so now they just reuse it.
That's perfect. Do you think they leave the body in the booth?
I'm gonna keep going with this whole bullet points. I don't want ads. Okay. The screen goes black. The world premiere VO happens, and then it's a black screen, and on white text it just says Minecraft 2, and that's it.
That's it. Just Minecraft 2.
Yeah, they're making Minecraft 2. Sequel to the hit Minecraft.
Do they design Minecraft 2 in Minecraft?
No, it's built from the ground up.
The ground up.
Yeah, new mechanic.
What engine?
It's Unreal.
Unreal. Okay.
There's spears this time.
Yeah, so it actually works. Okay, that makes sense.
We'll find out.
And it's 100% Microsoft owned, Microsoft in-house studio.
Yeah, they own
Microsoft Studios developed this.
Yeah, it's going to be an Xbox 362.
Is Mojang still a part, or were they assimilated by Microsoft Studios?
No, they're still a thing.
So
this is their second game.
What was their first game?
Minecraft.
I thought it was Scrolls.
No, did that ever come out? Oh shit! What did they made of Scrolls 2 without Notch's fucking consent?
Oh my god! Come back next week to find out.
And my last one is Phil Spencer announces that Milo will be a character in the upcoming Smash Brothers.
I love the unity.
His attacks will consist of him whipping around a Kinect.
Yes. Oh man, I love just the camaraderie of like so much that it says that Milo is in that game.
Yeah.
Because like
the first Microsoft property to be in Smash Brothers.
The world needs this.
Before Banjo and all that.
Yeah.
I wonder what like his final Smash would be.
That's a good. It's pulling out Dimitri, accessing the source code. It's like never forget your brother. Do you think he ate him in like the digital womb?
Who?
Milo.
Milo?
Yeah.
I don't.
How does that work?
It doesn't.
They sacrificed Dimitri to make Milo.
I mean, I guess, but I mean that code's still got to be somewhere, right?
It's got to be. Oh man, they might have duped it somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Piramano's got it on like a USB like around his neck or something.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot that was confirmed. That is 100%
in 2020.
Yeah, in 2020 is when the first attack to get it back happens.
The fucking raid.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a Destiny raid. Like it's like the final boss at the end.
You know, DedSec is real. It's real in my heart.
I'm moving on to Sony. Where's Sony? Okay. Sony. So Sony, they announced or has had the PlayStation 5 out for a year. They opened their press conference with the next game from Quantic Dream.
Can you go into PlayStation 5 for a little bit?
Go into PlayStation 5. It's the 5th PlayStation console.
What DualShock are we looking at?
2. They're bringing it back. All wired.
All right. That's solid. Sorry.
Yeah, it's the cut cost.
Yeah. So you were saying Quantic Dream?
Yeah, the next game from Quantic Dream. It's a Mario Party clone with all the characters from all their famous games. So you got Jason from Heavy Rain, Ellen Page and the Green Goblin from Beyond Two Souls, and Eminem from Detroit.
Dude, they got it from the best Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Spider-Man 1, where you fight the hunter.
They're using those same assets too.
Yeah, that's a solid turnout.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
for
Quantic Dream
for David Cage.
Yeah, he's the director on that one too.
Yeah, it's the 5 years have treated him well. I see. Good to know he made it out.
Detroit was a huge success.
Oh, great.
I put Media Molecules Dreams will finally go into beta.
Into beta? That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I mean, that game's got to come out eventually, right? If they cancel it, I'm pretty sure people will be very upset.
Yeah, that's that's the developer that made Little Big Planet, right?
Yeah.
And Mod Nation Racers.
Did they make Did they make Mod? I don't think they made Mod Nation.
Your dad didn't work for them.
Don't talk about my father on the internet.
Dang.
And then my last one is this is just there's no thought in this one. It's just more of a statement. It's in all caps. It just says Loco Roco 3, dude, Shehu, you fucking coward.
I like how that's more of a threat than a prediction.
I remember writing this at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. All of this was written at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So I don't know if that's going to happen. I would just like to see it happen.
It might.
You know what? They re-released Loco Roco 1 and 2 on PS4, so I guess anything's possible, right?
Yeah. So, PS5, the PlayStation is looking like it's going to have a pretty good turnout in 2023.
I mean, totally. You got, Mario or the Quantic Dream Party for the family.
100%.
Dreams for the people who want it, and me yelling a statement to Shehu.
My prediction for 2023 and for Sony is it goes a little bit differently, but it's a lot of the same. So a new PlayStation console is announced.
Okay.
Called the PlayStation Viva. It's a VR friendly. It's a VR driven game console that comes with a full body haptic feedback suit called the OmniShock. It offers 90% accuracy, 90% accurate tactile feel, with protective plates around vital organs, and weaponized gauntlets.
Wait, what?
To protect from the occasional alien reaver attacks that most families face outside of the walls. So, it's a practical machine for all those families who don't necessarily have the means to afford a more expensive console like their Microsoft competitor.
Wait, so there's an alien invasion by 2023?
Listen, a lot of stuff has happened. We just got to be ready.
Wait, so this power suit or whatever, it comes with every PlayStation?
Comes with every PlayStation.
How much is the console?
Cheaper than Microsoft. That's all they've said so far.
How much is Microsoft's?
Cheaper than PlayStation.
Okay.
Their price release is coming at CES. CES.
Okay, that makes sense.
But they're holding off. They're fighting right now. They're waiting to see what Nintendo does.
Can I play Res Infinite in the power suit?
No, but you can play DDR PlayStation All-Stars.
Even better.
Which is their first exclusive title for the system. It takes all your favorites from PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, Super Smash 3. I don't know the name of that. I don't know the current name of that game. I'm not even coming up with a future game. I don't know the name of the Battle Royale.
I think it's PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Okay.
Wait, that was the first Battle Royale game. Holy shit.
No, Arma was before that. Let's calm down.
Let's calm the fuck down here.
We also have Are You Alive? It's a rescue sim developed by Yoshida. I can't even. Oh God, what am I saying right now? I can't say this stuff.
Yeah, I'm making fucking Loco Roco 3. I see.
But in the future, a lot of disasters have happened, and I think it's good that it's about time we see a game based on rescuing people for once. That's not about like murdering.
Wait, so is this a game that he developed?
Yeah, by himself.
By himself.
Yeah.
Is it a VR game or is it a
full body VR game?
Oh shit, that's right. I keep forgetting. This is new technology. I'm just wrapping my head around VR.
Yeah. No, it's the future. It's future VR.
Okay, gotcha. So, you just save people?
Yeah, no, yeah. You save people after alien invasions, and
again, this alien invasion thing, like,
listen,
I feel like there needs to be a separate show for this alien invasion.
I'm telling you, the future is very hard.
Why are they having
people.
E3 if there's an alien invasion going on?
You can't shut down good art.
What's the next game?
Save a Dance, dating sim, also using the VR haptic system. But this comes with an attachment that gives you that last 10% of tactile feel. If you catch my drift.
So it's like
for your head, for your face.
So it's like the Wii Motion Plus. It like unlocks.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Who's developing this one?
So this is the Wii Sports Resort
of dating sims.
Yeah.
Who's developing it?
The remnants of Santa Monica Studios.
Oh God! Wait, what happened to Santa Monica? God of War was a success.
California took a big hit.
Oh my God!
It hasn't been the greatest of times, but we keep on going. The industry keeps on going. Takes all the hits. Government regulation, anything, you can't stop us.
Who took over God of War?
Don't worry. They can manage.
Okay, what's the next game?
The Oasis 2.
Was there never an Oasis 1?
I'm pretty sure HTC put out an Oasis 1 on the Vive.
Okay.
So we're just seeing the Oasis 2 on the real VR experience. That is PlayStation VR.
PlayStation full body VR.
Full body VR.
Okay.
And you see the future. You see all your favorite characters from the Ready Player One. You see the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You see the Hot Dog Man.
Uh huh.
You see Blinks the cat.
Wait. That's a Microsoft property.
You see Milo.
But it's also a Microsoft property.
Listen, the Oasis, I don't know if you know about this. It has to have every video game character in existence.
Okay.
Money is not an object for future Sony.
I guess, but they won't make Loco Roco 3.
Only food and water are objects.
All right.
They're outside of the walls. Next up, we have Def Jam Battle for Grime.
Wait, so there's 2 Def Jam games?
This is a console exclusive for the PlayStation Viva. It takes place in the UK, in which they're trying to see who the king of grime is.
How is this different from the Microsoft?
Skepta is dead, and they're trying to find a replacement.
How is this different from the Microsoft exclusive?
Because that takes place in Atlanta.
And this one takes place where again?
In the UK, in London.
Is it developed by the same person or same studio?
It's developed by Rockstar North.
Wait, okay. So this is the next Rockstar. Oh,
yeah. A lot of studios are licensing themselves out now, just to make games.
I feel like Rockstar is okay.
They got good connections to Sony.
I mean, it's the fact that Red Dead comes out this year and they take like 9 years to make a game, and that's what they come up.
No, they got like 6 different studios.
But they all okay.
You know how it goes.
No, I don't. Apparently not.
Listen, the online for GTA 5 ended in like 2022, so like they got a solid 2 years to figure out what they want to do.
That's the craziest prediction you have made, Rudy. What's the next game?
Resistance 3.
Is this is this a re-release of the actual Resistance 3? Or did they just say, nah,
Resistance 3, the walls.
There's already a Resistance 3, though.
Oh, this is happening a lot because of nostalgia. They're capitalizing on nostalgia's nostalgia. So you remember that moment you had when you played Resistance 3 for the first time?
I never played Resistance 3.
You remember that moment you didn't have when you played?
Yes, I do remember the moment I had when I did.
They're capitalizing on that moment. So you're experiencing other people's nostalgia.
I mean, is there a reverence for Resistance 3 specifically that I'm just unaware of?
This looks like a solid 3 people, but they've taken their experiences and put them into this game.
Wait,
so
so
you're
they're
not even. It's not a it's a reimagining of Resistance 3.
Is Insomniac developing?
Once again, what's left of Insomniac is developing that game. So I already mentioned that Rockstar North is developing Battle for Grime, but the next game to be released is actually their final game, titled "The Dying Moments of Rockstar North." So Battle for Grime's been completed. It's been gold for about a year now, and they've just been sitting on it, waiting for the other studio up in not Anaheim. Where's the other Rockstar? Like Alberta? No, that's north.
I don't know.
The other Rockstar.
Yeah, sure.
They're waiting for Team Bandai or whatever. Team Bondi.
They took over after Metroid Prime 4 failed.
So they waited a year, but in that year, tragically, we lost Rockstar North.
What happened?
They were outside of the walls. Of course.
They made okay.
Yeah, they.
I would figure Rockstar.
Luckily, they died in their motion capture studio.
Oh, okay.
So
we have those assets.
We have those assets of their final moments.
Oh my God, that's so grim.
And we've turned it into a VR experience.
I feel like
since they made it on company property, it's Rockstar and Sony IP.
I feel like of all the companies, like Rockstar would be able to.
It's the most controversial game to be released.
Rockstar would be able to afford like defenses against whatever this alien invasion is that you predict by 2020 or whatever the fuck it is.
Listen, there was a lot of division going on. They didn't have the Bends anymore, so it was just very hard to. They lost Geronimo. They lost a lot of good people. So it was like, who was keeping them together? There's nobody at the fence at the gates, and it was tragic. It was very tragic, and. Sony had to capitalize on the moment.
It's like how there's that one Sega, I think it was Sega. They had that one Sega game that was basically like predicted like the fall. Or no, it was the Final Fantasy studio, Square.
Yeah.
Square made a game that was like their it was kind of like a note to like, oh shit, this whole company's going down. So this is like Rockstar.
It's like Final Fantasy. Mm-hmm. As you said, is based on their last hoorah. This is literally their last hoorah. Their final goodbyes to their friends and family and loved ones, set into cameras and the multiple sensors recording their every movement. And of course,
this is dark.
They are the first ones who get a free pre-order of the game. So Sony's doing that much, and I think it's nice.
Nothing of that. Okay.
Next up, we have No Gods or Kings, Only War. Brought to you by. I don't even remember the name of the studio. The BioShock studio. Who are they?
Irrational?
It's Insomniac. It's Irrational.
Yeah.
It's the other iGame studio.
Wait, so is this a spiritual successor to BioShock?
It's a spiritual successor to God of War. So they've shuffled around the IPs because Sony has just like laid down the hammer to be like, listen, you want to release on our stuff?
Uh-huh.
You want to release outside of the walls? You
Excellent.
come through us.
Okay.
So a lot of things have happened and have allowed this just massive change in the formula and the feel for God of War. It's first person now.
Okay, so it's like the very end of God of War 3.
First person city management.
What is up with you and the fucking city management?
Listen, there's 2 trends happening in E3 2023. Cooking games, city management games. You got to be ready for that.
I mean, I guess we're past like the pseudo MMO stuff like Destiny. So I guess
we're moving on from that. Next up on the list, we have The Last Guardians HD Collection.
Is it just one game?
It's just the one game.
Why is it called the collection?
Because it's a collection of all the HD re-releases.
But Wait, that implies that there's multiple. Wait, are there multiple HD releases of the Last Guardian?
I mean, it
It was already in HD.
It includes the Vita release, which is saying a lot.
Wait. There's a Vita. I feel like that's an announcement. There's a Vita version of the Last Guardian.
Yes, of
Wait,
course.
Are they still making Vita games in 2020?
Of course, it's an immortal console.
Vita means life.
It does, and that's why every Viva has an adapter for the Vita.
So it doesn't come with a Vita. It just comes
It
with
does
the
not. It does not. You have to buy that separately. And they're still selling them, by the way, by the dozens.
Are they still manufacturing the Vita?
Yes, by the dozens.
Dozens a year?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. They don't give out statistics for that. We also have Adobe's Dreamweaver.
What is Adobe's Dreamweaver?
You know the Adobe Creative Suite.
Yeah.
They released their Dreamweaver software on this VR system.
Okay. How does he use the full bodysuit?
They draw with it.
Like just flailing your arms around? Like.
Yeah. You know, you just go. You can't really see that because it's a podcast, but I went. So I gyrated my arms a lot.
Video games are dead in 2023.
Last up, we have Life Without, a Death Stranding game set in the Steven universe.
So it's a sequel to Death Stranding?
Yes.
So you're implying that Death Stranding comes out by 2023?
Yes, 100%.
And they're going to make a sequel?
Yep.
Okay. How does it relate to the Steven universe?
Well, you know...
Is it made by Kojima?
Yes, of course. It's Kojima returns, as he always does. As he says in the posters, Kojima, I will be back. He comes out in style, in grace, and he has all of the crystal gem powers where he just goes pew pew. I haven't seen that show in a very long time, so I don't remember what happens exactly.
I've never seen an episode of Steven Universe.
But like they shoot stuff, light things.
Okay.
And he uses that to scare away the spirits that attack it.
Okay.
In Death Stranding 1.
In the first one.
Yeah,
So you're making predictions of what the first Death Stranding is going to be like.
Yes.
So okay.
So of course we have Norman Reedus who has the power, but he is saved by Hideo Kojima in Death Stranding.
Oh, so he's gonna Kojima himself is gonna be in it.
So Norman Reedus in the game for Death Stranding. We'll just go over the plot for Death Stranding 1 for everyone out there. Sorry for spoilers, but so Norman Reedus, he wakes up and he's like, "Dang, I'm naked. The world has ended. Oh man, this looks very terrible."
This is the actual script of the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're reading.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you read off.
He
the script.
narrates himself. I have the script right here. It says confidential at the top. So it says it in Japanese, so I can't really tell you
But you
too
know
well.
it says confidential.
Listen, I've read a lot of English.
I would say, for the sake of time and not for spoilers,
Yeah.
since this is coming out before 2023.
Let me explain real quick. It's gonna be real fast.
Okay.
Because you know it's a 20-minute experience. So
It's a puzzle game.
Yeah. So the only puzzle you got to wake up Norman Reedus. You're going to see Guillermo del Toro standing very sad and alone. You use your character to pick up a flower. You give it to, Guillermo, and he's like, "Thank you." And then he takes you to Kojima, who is editing his next short film, Away, on a system.
That's the end of the game?
That is the end of the Death Stranding.
The first one.
Yeah.
That's a very lackluster.
Yeah, it's a game about friendship and about life.
Wait, what the one trailer that came out of the Game Awards, like how does that come into play in the
I'm getting a weird sound right now.
Really? What does it sound like?
Getting like a weird room, like a floor that's like not even a digital floor. It's like, whoa.
Is it the theme song?
Okay, I think it went away. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, no, you're right. It's a terrible experience. But once you get past that, then you get to play Death Stranding 2 in your heart. Yeah. So that's Death Stranding 1, and that is the last title I have for Sony. But yeah, it's been a crazy time. It's been pretty actually star-studded, I must say. All the big names have come out. So
Star-studded is a strong phase.
Yeah.
I will say I am not sold on the PlayStation Vita.
Viva?
I'm not sold on it.
Why not?
Did you not?
You don't like VR? You don't like guns? You don't like survival?
There are no games on there that have caught my interest.
Listen, I think Dying Moments of Rockstar North is going to be a beautiful and heartwarming experience.
I will watch the cutscenes on YouTube.
That's fair. That's fair. If there is a YouTube. That's another
Oh
thing
shit,
to
I didn't even
figure
think
out.
about that.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Might be on-
Break.com took over.
Yeah, I was going to say Vimeo
Oh, Vimeo.
or Dailymotion.
Daily.
Yeah, you never know.
I would assume those
Good
companies
stuff.
went under by 2023.
Yeah, maybe you're right. We'll have to see how the week unfolds, the next 2 weeks unfold, and see if that has any changes. Because YouTube's always changing.
It's true.
Yeah, you can never be ready. But yeah, do you have some Nintendo predictions for us? Or PlayStation? Wait, did you do?
I
PlayStation?
did do my PlayStation stuff.
It's been 50 minutes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh shit.
But we can move on.
I'm not gonna lie. I have no Nintendo stuff. I did not get to that point.
That's okay. I have no publisher stuff.
I have publisher stuff.
That's okay. That's perfect. I'll go through Nintendo. We'll go.
Perfect.
And you'll go
All
through
right,
publishers.
Rudy, give me your Nintendo predictions for E3 2023.
Nintendo, obviously, they're no longer on the console cycle.
What?
They've been doing their own thing for a long time now. They've been doing their consoles whenever they want. So, the Switch has been out for quite a while.
Can you say that one more time?
The Switch?
I think it's called the Switch.
The Switch? No, it's the Switch 2.
Oh shit! So this is the new console.
It's spelled, it's the new console. It's spelled SWH. And
Is that like a Japanese thing?
no, it's I can't pronounce kanji.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a games for service game. I don't know exactly what those are, but I will learn in my next game development course. Give me some time.
All right.
The new service is called Yinomo. Yinomo.
What does that mean?
It's a service allowing players to commandeer the bodies of individuals marked with the Mitomo virus and participate in many Nintendo challenges based on their company's back catalog of games in one of the many real-world server farms. I did air quotes right there.
Yeah.
Server farms.
What does all that mean?
You know how the last set of game cartridges had like that bitter acetone or whatever?
On the Switch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Switch cartridges.
Yeah, so kids didn't eat them.
Yeah, well, that didn't go over so well
Oh.
in the Switch launch.
Ooh.
And they created what is now known as the Mitomo virus.
Oh shit.
So
like that's that's an official medical thing in 2020?
2022 was really rough. Was a really rough release for the Switch.
So I like to imagine that some doctor like, I'm going to give it to you straight.
Yeah.
You got me, Tomo.
You got me, Tomo. And they can the only way they can confirm you have the virus is by checking your app.
Oh my god.
So it's very difficult.
The game is real.
Exactly. The game is real. So this is infecting real people.
Yeah.
And what happens is it allows Nintendo to take control of your body if you're infected. So what Nintendo has done out of the gracious kindness of their heart is housed and fed everyone who has the virus in specific zones called server farms. So at any moment, I don't know if you've seen the hit film Gamer by Gerard Butler, written and directed by Gerard Butler.
I have seen Gamer with Gerard Butler.
So you know the sim part, the sim part where the people are dressed and doing crazy things and living out
I
their
haven't
lives.
seen that movie in a long time. So.
So you know the part with color in that movie?
I'm just gonna say yes. I'm just gonna say yes. I know the part.
So all that, people are just signing in and they're playing out the lives of these infected individuals who have to compete to do Mario challenges.
I'm gonna say Rudy.
It's the next generation of Mario Maker.
I'm not
It's called Mario Player.
Video games are fucked in 2023.
It's a year of experimental technology and experimenting with what the medium can do next. And it's all about super interactivity and what you can do with that.
Totally.
And of course, here's a cool moment from the E3, from the Nintendo briefing. is that hologram Shigeru Miyamoto will hold a moment of silence for the tragic loss of Sega Man 128, who, as we all know, sacrificed their glorious life, just as their father did, to prevent a nuclear war from devastating Earth. And this was before the Reavers attacked. So it's every year now we have to take a moment of silence to thank Sega Man.
I feel like we're getting further and further away from actual video game announcements and more on this fucking like end of the world alien holocaust.
Listen, video games will always be there for us.
I mean, clearly. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure. I have heard no Nintendo properties so far from this year.
Oh, you'd be surprised because we're about to hit exclusives, and there are quite a few good ones.
For the Nintendo Switch. Right?
Yes, of course, for the Nintendo Switch.
Sweet.
Where the first one we have is a Metroid Other E. The hit follow-up to Metroid Other M.
What's the E stand for?
Esports.
Oh shit! So it's an esports title.
It's actually based off the engine for Blast Ball.
Oh.
Or for that Metroid soccer game.
Yeah. The Metroid. Okay. So like,
but it's done in a good engine this time.
Like the Rocket League engine, one might say.
The Rocket League would be a good guess, but it's actually done in the Cooking Mama engine.
What engine is the Cooking Mama engine?
The cabbage.
It's just the cabbage.
Yeah, they call it the cabbage. They don't want to call it the potato because it's not slow.
You know what? I have not seen the cabbage engine yet, so I can't comment on it.
It's a good engine. It's always there for you. It's hardy. It's cheap. It's affordable.
Totally.
It's really cheap to get that license, and it's not bad. You get to code in carrots, and it's not too difficult. So a lot of new developers can get into it, and some new developers are stepping up to replace the tragic loss of some of our beloved Nintendo premier studios.
Wait, what the fuck?
It just happens. Nintendo, luckily, is in the walls, so a lot of them.
I thought Nintendo was in Japan.
Exactly. But we also have Waluav, another beautiful dating sim to come out of Nintendo.
That implies that there's a previous dating sim.
That was called Maluav, where you got an opportunity to date one of the Mario brothers.
Okay, what about Waluba?
And a Waluav allows you to date one of the Wario, but one of the
Wario brothers.
I said a Wario.
There's a Wario.
I said a Wario. So one of the Wario brothers.
I mean, you might as well just put Waluigi as the only one because he's the only one anyone wants to date.
I hate how much you've just disrespected Wario right now. Have you seen his arms?
Have you seen Waluigi's arms?
I would guarantee you Wario's arms are better.
I will guarantee you that Waluigi's.
I want to get choked by Wario's arms.
Jesus.
We recording this?
What's after Woblava?
We have The Legend of Zelda: Sheik's Abyss.
Okay.
Where you play as Sheik.
Okay.
Just reliving some of her more tragic experiences being royalty and trying to run a civilization and the difficulties that has caused. Once again, another city management game.
The wheels were turning in my head like, all right, that sounds like a Zelda game.
Yeah.
Then, oh, wait, managing is, okay.
Yeah, rolling a civilization, but from the perspective of Sheik.
So this is the first Zelda game that's come since Breath of the Wild, I imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
The grand return to the franchise.
Yeah. Although they did have that on-rail shooter that came out for the Switch.
Oh, it was Zero the Crossbow training?
2019, I think.
Next year.
Yeah, so next year we can be excited to see another crossbow trainer. Although this time it will be with an AR-15. Next up, we have Cooking Mama Left Me.
So with this being a Nintendo title, there's like a Nintendo exclusive.
I don't even know the studio behind Cooking Mama, but unfortunately, we lost them in all of the disasters. So this is just one of Nintendo's smaller subsidiaries, one of the house subsidiaries, taking a crack at developing a Cooking Mama game in a year where they're trying to undercut the tragic loss of their home studio. Cooking Mama Left Me.
It's a Switch exclusive, right?
It's a Switch exclusive.
So is there any cooking in Cooking Mama Left Me?
Yeah, you get to cook ration packs and just make the best meal you can out of what you have around you.
Is this a sequel to This War Is Mine?
Sort of.
Okay. Spiritual
It's
successor.
more civilian casualties, but it's it's a very dark tone for what the series is known for. Just because games in general in 2023 have taken a much darker tone.
I know. I was gonna say like I'm pretty bummed out.
Living through like all this tragedy has made it hard for people to like find ways to express that pain without like necessarily drowning themselves in really dark, depressing shooters, which they all want to do to, of course, kill the aliens and take revenge. But Mario Party 10 is next on the list.
There already is a Mario Party 10.
Mario Party 10 is next on the list.
It was on the Wii U.
I don't. The Wii U was disavowed in 2019. And
Wait,
all
so
of its
are they
contents
putting?
no
Are
longer
they just like
existed.
re-putting the Wii U game out?
Yes, 100%.
What if you need to buy a Wii U?
It's not on the Wii U. It's on the Switch.
So it's a re-release.
It is a re-release
Okay.
of the console emulator in the Switch.
Why don't they just make a Mario Party 11?
That would take too many resources.
All the games are okay.
Next up, we have NBA Live 24.
That's a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Yes, 100%.
Who makes NBA Live? Wait, it's EA. Oh, okay. Do you play? Do
EA
you
sold
play?
off some of their
Can you play
properties.
as Mario in this NBA Live Switch game?
Unfortunately, that's only on NBA Jam, which is coming out for, coming out through Bethesda somehow. So Mario will in fact be in that version of the game.
I guess a lot can happen in 5 years.
Yeah. And next up we have Pokemon Orange Glow and Forced Gas, because just develop what you know is what a lot of people say. So
Is this on 3DS? Is it on the Switch?
it's on the Switch because I believe they stopped developing consoles or handheld consoles in the late 19s.
In the late night.
Yeah,
Wait, so the Switch is not a handheld?
it is both a handheld and a home console.
But you just said all handheld things are gone.
It's a console. It's a home console
And
a handheld console.
I guess you're right. Okay.
It's the same as the Viva or the New.
Such a dumb name. Okay.
It's it's the only difference from the Switch and the Switch is that the Switch is portable and supports multiple players at the same time.
So does the Switch.
Multiple players at the same time.
You can have two people play on one Switch.
Multiple players. This is the Switch is.
Do you have to say it like that? Like sweet?
Yeah, because there's about 12 E's in it, and I just want to make sure we at least enunciate 6 of them.
That's fair.
Yeah, so it's made for multiple players, for multiple players at a time.
Okay.
So it's the ultimate party console.
Yeah, with
And,
Mario Party 10 on it, like obviously.
Yeah, and whenever you're feeling lonely, I'm feeling lonely all the time. But when we're feeling lonely, that happens after the fact. It'll project holographic friends for you.
Oh, that's nice.
To play through any of the party games.
Can
that
I
you
have Luigi as my friend?
Yes, in fact you can. And if you get the amiibo from Waluav, you can actually have Wario and Waluigi as your AI companions.
So they're still making amiibos in 2023.
Yes.
Okay. Is it compatible with the Cooking Mama or Mama Says Goodbye or whatever it was?
Yes. So Cookie Mama left me.
Okay.
She does in fact have an amiibo.
Okay.
It's just a pedestal. It's missing.
Oh my God,
so-
Rudy.
It's kind of difficult to really notice.
Nintendo's really edgy in 2023.
Everyone's real edgy in 2023.
You know what? True that.
Listen, you know how nostalgia works, where the 80s were coming back now, and we were kind of going through the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, and by 2023, the nostalgia is going to be all the early and mid 2000s.
Right.
And do you know how edgy the mid and early 2000s were?
Yeah.
Very.
I had a t-shirt with skulls on it.
They released a Spice Girls movie. That's how edgy it was.
Damn.
Cutting edge.
Was it a good movie?
It was the greatest.
The greatest movie ever.
Yeah, it was incredible.
They still talk about it in 2023, some would say.
There's some legitimacy behind that film. a lot of legitimacy behind.
Is that all of the Nintendo predictions, Rudy?
That is my last Nintendo prediction.
Okay.
Yeah, now on to the publishers.
I got this. We're gonna lightning round
got this. Yeah.
I think for all the publishers, I wrote big paragraphs.
Just like massive sweeping. I hit the desk. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Where's EA? I'll start with EA. Okay, EA. So in 2023, EA will begin their press conference with their yearly apology for something that people got angry about.
That's on par.
Yeah, not sure what it was this time, but it was something. Afterwards, Andrew Wilson, the EA CEO, aka that one guy who looks like a James Bond villain, will come out on stage and give the usual speech about how they're delivering the best games in the industry. The first game they'll show is the next installment in the Battlefield franchise. It's titled Battlefield Cold War. It was originally going to be a Star Wars game coming out the year, and it was actually developed by DICE, but the lack of Star Wars games from EA made Disney really angry and made Disney release an official statement that just said, fuck all video games.
So who do you play as?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Where was I? So because they canceled the Star Wars game, they had to make a Battlefield game real fast, so they made a Battlefield Cold War, an RTS that takes place during the Cold War where you place units in preparation for an attack that never happens.
That's solid.
It does not sell well.
Of course.
That's on the notes.
Yeah, it's on the notes. So you're going beyond E3. You're going to release. You're seeing the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Some of these, not all these. Where was I? Okay. Wait, I lost my place again. EA then switches over to their fourth attempt to reboot the Need for Speed franchise. It's just called Speed.
Does it come with, like, free speed?
No, it comes with the boat from Speed 2 in the collector's edition.
I don't know which one is worse.
I've never seen a Speed movie. Aren't there like 4 Speed?
Yes. Okay. 8? No, I don't know.
There's 8 Speed movies?
I don't know.
They then spend 45 minutes on sports games and the audience falls asleep. Because every year they talk about sports games. And then they end their press conference with another fucking Plants vs. Zombies game that no one asked for, but it still manages to sell 1 million copies.
You know, it's... Every Plants vs. Zombies has been an incredible experience. Nothing but the best for PopCap. Glad you're still around.
What's the last PopCap game made? As of 2018.
Garden Warfare 2.
Was it really? I guess.
Did the Garden Warfare 2 come out?
Yeah, Garden Warfare 2 is out.
That's a game?
Yeah. They had it was at E3 like 2-3 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
I just made that up. Everything I've said I've been making up for the past hour. I don't. What?
We sell it at work.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This podcast brought to you by Target.
But you don't know which Target.
I don't know which Target.
Bethesda.
In the Wichita Falls area.
In Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Bethesda opens the show with a classic revival of one of their franchises with the reboot of the hack and slash action game Wet. It's a cinematic trailer that features combat similar to that found in Bayonetta, and everyone collectively thinks, oh yeah, Wet was a game.
E3 2023 is going to be the edgiest year for video games.
I mean, Wet had the fucking Grindhouse thing, and it was like, yo, we got a chick who drinks and's got a fucking katana.
What else do you want?
No, I mean, nothing
A relationship.
Compassion. Bethesda then showed...
Oh God.
The mic fucking passed out from all these hot E3 2023 predictions.
Too many facts.
You can still hear me okay, right?
Yeah, you're
okay,
good.
They then show footage of the highly anticipated Fallout 5 for the first time. It's a gameplay demo, but a game-breaking bug happens where an NPC doesn't get the dialogue option to proceed past the demo. They're forced to reset. After 4 resets of the demo crashes, Todd Howard apologizes and gives out codes for Fallout 4 VR, but then remembers that no one owns a VR headset anymore.
Now, does Todd Howard murder one of the demoers on stage?
Oh yeah, it's like that story you hear about the Skyward Sword demo when it was like messing up, and Miyamoto just yelled at all the Nintendo employees backstage. It's like the exact same situation.
Do you think we'll be able to see that in our behind the scenes E3 access?
Oh shit.
Because you know they've got to be doing that now in the future, right?
Totally.
They're like games coverages have to be like has to encompass all of it, right?
Absolutely.
So we're getting the behind the scenes,
and we're the first for the E3.
We're the first to talk about it.
2023 podcast.
But I have to imagine that there are a multitude of all three of those game journalist sites covering.
Because there's only 3 in 2020.
There's only 3.
Yeah.
What are those 3?
Control, Alt, Right, Waypoint, and Giant Bomb.
You got to have the 2 dichotomies.
Yeah, totally.
Jeez. Oh, jeez. How did you forget? How'd you forget Engadget?
You know what? That's you know what? I fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
you
on
did.
me. Yeah.
AOL for life.
My last Bethesda thing is IO Interactive, who was acquired by Bethesda a few years before 2023, announces the next installment in the Kane and Lynch franchise. And somewhere in the world, Jeff Gerstmann gets PTSD flashbacks. And he smells the aroma of hard liquor and hears the soundtrack to Burnout Paradise.
But GameSpot dies this time.
Yeah,
in the process.
So there's a little bit of redemption.
Yeah. The man, the site, poor site.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great site. Check it out.
Absolutely.
Check out us first.
Square Enix they were back with a press conference, and finally they showed the first extended gameplay footage of Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's visually striking, cinematic on a level that rivals Uncharted, and features a combat system more oriented to that of an action RPG, but also combines elements that are found in the system of Final Fantasy XIII. The demo lasts about 7 minutes long, ending with a standing ovation from the audience that lasts 10 minutes. The game's director, Tatsuya Nomura, hope I'm saying that right, comes out on stage thanking the audience. He then claims that the previously shown footage is all the team has managed to get done in the past 8 years since the game announcements, and the game is canceled because it was way too expensive. As an apology, he says that the previously shown footage is available on their website to download as an MP4, and there's some sweet desktop wallpapers. He then announces that Kingdom Hearts 3 is canceled as well, and the audience burns down the venue.
Now, was there ever a title or ever a console that it was said to come to?
For which one?
For all of them.
Well, I mean, I think the idea was that they were going to come out on PS4, and then like, well, move to PS5. Or
That's fair. That's fair. So it got lost in the.
it got.
So it had the Duke Nukem issue
Totally.
of having to update the engine.
Yeah, they updated the engine
over and over again. But man, that's terrible.
2023 is crazy.
Yeah,
That's all Square.
it's
Enix
all
has.
Square. Do you? What other publishers do you have?
Ubisoft and.
I have one. I have 2 for Ubisoft.
Okay, do you want to read yours off?
I got so we'll have a new installment in the classic Rainbow Six series.
Awesome.
Called Rainbow Six Revolver. It takes place in the Old West, and you are set to instill justice in 5v5 FPS combat.
Okay.
Using only revolvers, rifles, and sand.
Sand.
Yeah, sand.
Sand.
Weaponized sand.
Weapon. So do you just have like a bag of sand?
No, you just have a handful. You carry it around with you.
Just at all times.
Yeah, just in case a guy comes at you, you just go, throw sand at his face.
What button is that on the controller?
I think it's like down, left.
Oh,
on the
so yeah,
joypad.
it's like a cheat code. You got to put in like a command.
No, every interface now requires you to do multiple inputs for one command.
That sounds awful.
That's the future.
I can't.
Listen, what are we gonna do with the extra limbs? Okay, we got to put them to work.
I mean, I thought we were fine just having like one button do one thing.
It's the future.
Okay.
We also have Tom Clancy's the newest in the long line of acclaimed Tom Clancy games. This one titled Tom Clancy's Keyboard Heroes, to highlight all of the drone pilots that have swiftly and quickly eliminated large indiscriminate bodies of life.
Again, back to this alien thing. Like in your fucking timeline, like
It's-
like
I mean, you could go back and play some of the. You can do like the classic campaign and let you play like some as drone pilots in like 2014, 2015,
Okay.
up all the way up to like 2018.
right.
We have like the prologue campaign. That's where it takes place. The current campaign that takes place around 2023. You're fighting the aliens. You're like killing them.
Yeah.
And then you have the future campaign where you're fighting the future group.
Is this all on the disc, or is there a season pass where you get these extra campaigns?
No, season passes. They're a thing of the past.
Oh,
This is a console pass where
what is a console pass?
it's a season pass, but for consoles, and it's all you got to do, one-time purchase of $1,200, and you get the season pass for every game.
So that's separate from buying the console.
I mean, the price is taken out of the console as well. So
So when you buy the console, you get all the DLC.
you get all the DLCs. So no more worrying about any issues. It's kind of like you know that great console that never came out. Oh, gosh, what was the name of it? It was supposed to fix all the issues. There was going to be no DLC, no UI.
I believe it was called the Ouya.
It was better than the Ouya. I think it was called
Ouya 2.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, in the future, don't need to worry about season passes. Yeah, that's how they solve the free-to-play issue.
Well, with all the alien invasions, it's nice to know that all this
With such a loss of life, it has just made like resources so much more abundant now.
Yeah,
and,
totally
like,
right. So we didn't have to charge season passes.
Yeah, so now people have more access to more content, and it's just been great all around. You know, of course, other than the tragic loss of millions, but you know.
I need to talk to you after.
What are you
this.
gonna do?
I need to talk to you after this about this alien invasion to be prepared.
We need to be prepared. I'm not, like I said at the beginning, I'm not making the future. I'm just predicting
You're
it.
just reporting.
Just reporting and predicting.
What if there actually is an alien invasion? Or when the alien invasion does happen,
And they hear this,
And they
they'll
hear-
not kill us.
I was going to say they're going to come talk to you. Like, how'd you know this? It's going to be like a rival.
Yeah, well, they're going to come to me, but they're not going to murder me.
I don't know if you know that.
They might use me.
Yeah, you could be like ET. It's like they just like fucking like try it.
Don't make that motion, that like gyrating, like fist pumping motion. It's terrifying.
It's like a scalpel.
It's a scalpel.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with scalpel.
Okay.
That's all I got for Ubisoft.
I got Ubisoft stuff. So Ubisoft opens the show with Just Dance 2023 with the side.
Is the bear fully melted at this point?
He's getting there.
Okay.
With a surprise performance from none other than Akon with his new hit single "How Could Y'all Forget About Me." The performance is not as good as Usher's, but it's serviceable.
Wow. That's kind of sad.
What? The fact that Akon's still making music?
Yeah.
I mean, he made a comeback.
I was really hoping for some new faces, you know, like Bad Bobby.
Who's Bad Bob?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll play it out. It'll be our outro.
Nope. They announced a sequel to Mario plus Rabbids with Mario plus Far Cry. The premise is the Mushroom Kingdom has been occupied by the villains of Far Cry 3, 4, and 5, and Mario has to retake the kingdom. It will feature an XCOM-like strategy game. Like the previous entry, Bowser is a playable character, and Mario straight up has a Glock.
Now, does Mario have access to all the weapons from Far Cry, from every Far Cry?
He unlocks them.
He unlocks them.
Like, that's like the progression.
Can he unlock the elephants?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Now, is it confirmed that there are animals in the Mushroom Kingdom?
I mean, there's like turtles and stuff. Like, or I guess they're Koopas, technically.
Do Koopas have souls?
I mean, they dance in the new Super Mario Bros.
That's a
games.
good point. Oh, man, they dance.
I mean, you need to have a soul to dance, right?
What does that say about people that can't dance?
I don't have a soul.
You have a soul.
I have a soul. To everyone's surprise, Ubisoft announces their own console under the codename The Black Hole, and claims that all Ubisoft games, including those announced at this press conference, are exclusive to their console, and it makes competitors such as Sony and Microsoft concerned. So Ubisoft going exclusive. They're making their own console.
100% exclusive.
Yeah. I mean, it's no Xbox new, but
It is not, unfortunately, but that is pretty brilliant on their parts.
my last bullet point is not a complete idea. It just says Skull and Bones 2. That's all it says.
That's golden. That is 100% golden.
Do I have another one? I said Bethesda, right?
Yeah, you said Bethesda? Oh, yeah.
I did,
yeah.
And I did EA. Yeah, that's all my
And
predictions.
you didn't have any new players coming onto the scene?
Nah, I mean, going off your future, where fucking half of California is like destroyed.
Well, you know, surprisingly, we do have a few new developers, including Midway 3000, coming back better than ever. They're actually stationed on a battleship this time, on an actual aircraft.
Will they
carrier.
make a new Wheelman?
Yes, of course, but it'll take place in the air, in the sky.
It's not a
It'll be called Sky Wheelman.
Skywheel. Okay.
Yeah. It's part of the Skyforce collection.
What else is in the Skyforce collection?
Spyro 2? It's
like the PlayStation Spyro 2.
Licenses went up in the air a long time ago. It's there. It's all ragtag.
It's like when a domain you
Think of it like this. So the government had essentially all the IP rights in one building.
Yeah.
And then they decided that a disaster happened in that building, and essentially 52,000 card pickup happened, and representatives from each company went to go claim their IP. This is specifically in the games industry portion of IP rights.
I feel like you think 5 years is 50.
I feel like every day is a blessing.
In 2023.
In 2023, of course. We also have a few new contenders as well. Our good old Atari back.
Shit.
Better than ever.
No way.
Coming with VR experiences for both the Microsoft New and the PlayStation Viva. They are making Pac-Man Championship Edition 3, and it's said to take place in the Oasis as well.
That actually does not sound bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun experience, and you get to run around as Pac-Man, eating up things and getting eaten by aliens. So make sure to wear your PlayStation gauntlets.
A lot of political commentary in the games of 2023.
I don't know what's political about aliens. It's just a fact of life.
In 2023.
In 2023. Of course, Disney is now full-time publishing. Which is why they're giving off so many of their smaller properties, so they can work on big, exclusive, great titles. Because you know how EA treated their Star Wars property, so it's kind of hard for them to let go of that control anymore. So they said, "Screw it, we'll buy them."
By what?
The studios.
They're just buying studios now?
They bought the remnants of 2K.
Okay.
And have turned them into Disney Interactive.
Isn't there another Disney Interactive?
It's based off the original Disney Interactive and Disney Infinity team.
So does that mean Borderlands is now a Disney IP?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
They'll be in the same universe as them and Portal.
Wait.
Yes, that's right. Disney also bought out Valve and bitter economic war that lasted all of 2021.
That's crazy.
So
that means that Half-Life and all that those are Disney properties now.
After we lost Gabe at the Battle of California, it was really, really rough on a lot of the staff. And once you lost the King of Knives, what was there to defend? Same with Rockstar North. There's just nothing left to defend them. This is why.
Who runs Valve now?
Exactly. You can't tell me a name.
The mouse.
Exactly.
Is it the mouse?
It's the guy who's his head is the gear is the valve.
Oh, him. That's not a person.
That's a person.
No.
What?
Yeah.
That's art?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
They could do that?
Yes. That was made in 2007.
That sounds like the future to me. But
it's the exact opposite.
You never know. Except we do. And that's what happened, unfortunately. So Disney has consumed quite a bit of companies since then. But luckily, they've been putting all us developers to work and keeping everyone happy and safe and just lively. Lastly, we have the promising upstart that is the Game Developers Union. Now, of course, this was a revival of the 2020 movement for the Game Developers Union, which actually happened, and it ran quite well before all of their leaders were unfortunately murdered by EA executives.
What the fuck?
So it's a wild time in 2023, and a lot of real world stuff is happening. It feels like we're living in a video game.
Do you need the talk, Rudy? Was this all a ruse?
Do I need the talk?
Why did he?
Listen, you can't go around letting developers unite or fight for good hours or have livable wages.
Rudy, you're scaring me.
I scare myself sometimes. I only predict the future.
You pitched this as is Disney making anything else in 2023?
Disney is actually making a revival of the Harry Potter series.
So they own Harry Potter now. Too.
Yeah,
They bought Warner
Universal.
Brothers. That's Warner Brothers.
They bought Universal.
But Harry Potter is part of Warner Brothers.
They bought Universal.
So does that mean Universal bought Warner Brothers?
Yes. Listen,
so is Disney remaking the movies or remaking video games based on the Harry Potter?
They're remaking the PlayStation Move game that featured the Wonder Book.
Is that lady going to demo it again?
Oh, 100%.
Perfect.
You know it. But I think, is that all our predictions so far of our first draft of E3 2023?
Fuck, it's the first draft.
We might have a lot to change in these coming weeks.
You mean years? 2023 is 5?
Yeah, it is 5 years. Oh my God, this is going to be 5 years. Oh my God. Well, you know how long it's been? It's been about an hour 20.
Has it really been
And we're going to keep on going.
Great.
But no,
Awesome.
that's about it. That's all I got. Once again, I am one of your two illustrious hosts, Rudy, here in front of the microphone. You can follow me at what do we have to follow? Our Twitter, right?
Do your Twitter.
At Rudog97. I'll freaking get a new name eventually. And I am joined by.
I'm Jesse Hernandez. You can follow me at JesseHW_ on Twitter.
Now, does that underscore happen after the HW?
It happens after the HW.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, are you still in negotiations for?
I'm still figuring that out.
For your
I've
other username?
DM'd him a couple times.
Okay. We'll get some shooters for you.
Fucking Jesse Hansen White.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining us, audience.
It was a
Zune.
I
Zune.
thoroughly enjoyed predicting the future.
I did. It's been a great experience, and I think we'll get better at this. This is definitely a learning experience. But yeah, it'll be a good time. So thank you once again for joining us, and we will catch you next time on The Road to E3.
Forgot the name of the show.
2023.
Shit's getting canceled.